In the vast wilderness of Wyoming, where the Snake River winds beneath snow-capped peaks and golden sunsets stretch across endless meadows, lies a ranch unlike any other. This isn't a movie set. It's Harrison Ford's private retreat. Far from the spotlight, the man forever known as Han Solo and Indiana Jones spends his days surrounded by nature, family, and the quiet freedom of open skies. But before we step into this sanctuary, let's look back at the extraordinary journey that brought him here. A journey that transformed a shy, Chicago-born carpenter into one of the most enduring legends in Hollywood. Born in 1942, Ford grew up reserved and unsure of himself. At Ripon College in Wisconsin, almost by chance, he enrolled in a drama class to overcome his fear of public speaking. That single decision lit a spark, turning acting into both a craft and a path toward self-discovery. Still, his early years in Hollywood were anything but glamorous. Struggling to land meaningful roles, Ford supported his young family by working as a carpenter, not as a hobby, but as a serious trade. Ironically, that side path put him in the orbit of giants like George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola. Lucas eventually cast him in American Graffiti, 1973. Planting the seeds for a collaboration that would change film history. That moment came in 1977, when Lucas handed him the role of Han Solo, a cocky, charismatic smuggler in Star Wars. No one could have predicted the cultural tidal wave that followed. Overnight, Ford became a global star, and Han Solo became one of cinema's most beloved icons. Lightning struck again in 1981, when Steven Spielberg cast him as Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark. With whip in hand and grit in his eyes, Ford embodied adventure itself, cementing his place at the center of not just one, but two of the most iconic franchises in film history. The 1990s proved his versatility even further. In The Fugitive 1993, his gripping performance as Dr. Richard Kimball won critical and commercial acclaim. He followed it with Air Force One, 1997, delivering a tough, heroic U.S. president who captured the imagination of audiences worldwide. Even in more intimate thrillers like What Lies Beneath, 2000, Ford embraced darker, more complex roles, showcasing his depth as an actor. Unlike many of his peers, Ford never relied solely on nostalgia. When he returned to his legendary characters, it was always with a sense of purpose. In 2023, he reprised Indiana Jones in The Dial of Destiny, once again proving why his mix of grit, charm, and humanity has kept him relevant for nearly 50 years. Today, Harrison Ford is more than a movie star. He's a cultural icon. His story resonates because it's built not on luck, but on persistence. From building cabinets to building cinematic universes, Ford seized every opportunity that came his way and turned it into something lasting. Yet, for all the red carpets and global fame, the man behind Han Solo and Indiana Jones has always sought something simpler. A place where celebrity fades and life's true essentials, family, solitude, and nature, take center stage. That place is his Wyoming ranch. Stretching across 800 acres along the Snake River and only a short drive from the small town of Jackson, it's more than a ranch. It's part sanctuary, part retreat, part fortress against the noise of the world. At its heart stands a rustic log home, just over 3,100 square feet. Modest by Hollywood standards, the house reflects Ford's preference for simplicity over extravagance. With 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, it's comfortable without being excessive. A stone fireplace warms the living room during long winters, while the open kitchen is built not for show, but for family meals after days spent outdoors. Everything about it says home, not display. Beyond the walls, the land opens up into something extraordinary. Heated barns and horse stables make life possible through Wyoming's brutal winters. Wide pastures stretch out for the horses to roam, and balconies offer sweeping views of the Teton Range, framing every sunrise and sunset as though nature itself were painting just for him. Here, Harrison Ford finds what Hollywood could never give him: peace. Beyond the log home's quiet grounds, Harrison Ford's Wyoming ranch stretches into a world of rugged freedom. Hunting trails and horseback paths weave deep into forests where elk, moose, and deer roam undisturbed. For Ford, a lifelong outdoorsman, these aren't luxuries. They're an extension of who he is. The ranch is also where he feeds another passion: flying. With wide skies overhead and little restriction, Ford often takes off in one of his planes or helicopters from nearby Jackson Hole Airport. For him, aviation and Wyoming share the same spirit: independence, freedom, and escape from the demands of Hollywood. What makes this estate remarkable is not its sheer size, but what it represents. Here, Ford is not the global movie star. He's the man chopping wood, riding horses, or savoring silence by the river. It is a life lived with his wife, Callista Flockhart, raising their son far from flashing cameras and the chaos of Los Angeles. And yet, Ford's life isn't defined by wilderness alone. He also keeps a home that speaks to another side of him: sophistication, culture, and modern elegance. New York City penthouse, urban elegance. In 2001, Ford purchased a penthouse in one of Manhattan's most exclusive neighborhoods, paying $5.3 million. Today, with the city's real estate boom, the property is worth nearly $16 million. Spanning 5,500 square feet, with 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, the residence offers a level of space and privacy rare in New York. Inside, the penthouse is designed with understated sophistication. Floor-to-ceiling, double-glazed glass floods the space with natural light, while shielding it from the city's endless hum. Those walls frame breathtaking skyline views, turning Manhattan itself into living art. A wraparound terrace extends the home outdoors, giving Ford and his family a private sanctuary to enjoy sunrise coffee or quiet evenings high above the streets. The master suite is a retreat within a retreat, complete with a spa-inspired bath and an expansive walk-in closet. The design throughout the home strikes a balance between sleek modern lines and warm, welcoming accents. For Ford, who has spent his life under public scrutiny, the penthouse offers something beyond luxury: privacy. Unlike so many celebrity residences, this isn't a showpiece for the press. It's a carefully curated refuge where Ford, Flockhart, and their son can immerse themselves in the cultural vibrancy of New York, Broadway, galleries, fine dining, while retreating into a world that remains entirely their own. Together, his 2 homes tell a story of contrasts. Wyoming offers rustic solitude, raw and untamed. New York provides urban sophistication at the center of the modern world. Side by side, they reveal the balance Ford has mastered between wilderness and refinement, between solitude and society. But Ford's world extends far beyond the walls of his homes. His passions also live in motion, in the garage, where history, craftsmanship, and performance come together. Car collection, legends on wheels. One of the crown jewels is Ford's 1955 Jaguar XK140, a post-war classic admired for its sleek, low-slung elegance. Valued around $150,000 today, its worth to Ford goes far beyond price. For him, sliding behind its wheel is stepping into a golden age when cars were as much art as engineering. Valued today at nearly $200,000, Ford's 1961 Jaguar E-Type is more than speed. It's rolling sculpture, a timeless icon of motoring history. By the 1990s, Ford turned to a different kind of luxury, the 1993 Mercedes-Benz SL500. With its V8 power and convertible top, the German roadster embodied refined performance. Unlike the Jaguars, which whisper of heritage, the SL500 offered comfort and reliability without losing prestige. Valued now around $40,000, it isn't the rarest in his collection, but it reflects a period when Ford balanced international fame with personal indulgence. True to his reputation as a man with an eye on the future, Ford has also embraced electric innovation. His Tesla Model S delivers blistering acceleration with zero emissions, while the Model X blends family practicality with cutting-edge tech. Together, they reveal a star who honors the classics, yet refuses to remain stuck in the past, mirroring his lifelong passions for engineering, aviation, and environmental responsibility. But for Ford, the road has always been secondary. His true freedom lies in the skies. Private planes and helicopters, Ford's aviation collection begins with classics that honor the golden age of flight. His Waco taper-wing biplane, worth about $250,000, recalls the barnstorming era of the 1930s with its open cockpit charm. He also owns an Aviate Husky, $350,000, and a Beechcraft Bonanza, $450,000, both beloved for their sturdy reliability. Then there's the de Havilland Beaver, valued near $500,000, a rugged bush plane perfect for rivers and backcountry strips. For Ford, these aren't trophies. They're machines he flies with his own hands, keeping the spirit of aviation alive. For more demanding journeys, Ford turns to larger aircraft. His Cessna 208B Grand Caravan, $2 million, is a versatile workhorse, able to haul passengers or cargo into remote airfields, exactly the kind of plane Indiana Jones himself might choose. He also pilots a Bell 407 GX helicopter, $3 million, agile and technologically advanced, ideal for reaching places planes cannot. He has even used it for environmental patrols along the Hudson River, merging his love of flight with his commitment to conservation. When comfort and range are required, Ford relies on modern private aviation. His Pilatus PC-12, $4 million, provides executive-level travel with short runway capability, while his Cessna Citation 525 jet, $5 million, offers sleek performance. But the crown jewel is the Citation Sovereign 680, a mid-size jet valued near $18 million. With long-range endurance and luxury interiors, it embodies the perfect balance of sophistication and freedom, carrying Ford across continents with ease. Of course, the skies haven't always been kind. In 2015, Ford survived a dramatic crash landing on a California golf course when his vintage plane lost power. Seriously injured, many expected him to walk away from aviation. Instead, he returned to the cockpit as soon as he recovered, a testament to his resilience and his unshakable passion for flight. Net worth and career earnings. That passion has been fueled by a fortune built carefully over decades. With an estimated net worth of $300 million, Ford's wealth comes not from risky ventures, but from the lasting power of his roles and franchises. The numbers tell the story. In Star Wars: A New Hope, 1977, his base salary was just $10,000. By The Empire Strikes Back, 1980, it rose to $100,000, and by Return of the Jedi, 1983, he earned $500,000. Jump to The Force Awakens, 2015, where his return as Han Solo earned a base $15 million, plus profit sharing that brought the total close to $25 million. The Indiana Jones franchise proved even more lucrative. For Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, 2008, Ford reportedly earned $65 million, one of the largest acting paydays in Hollywood history. Even with a pay cut for Dial of Destiny 2023, he still secured around $25 million, showing his enduring box office draw. Outside franchises, Ford has commanded impressive fees. In K-19, The Widowmaker, 2002, he was said to have earned nearly $25 million, breaking down to more than $1 million per day on set. From $10,000 carpentry days to multi-million-dollar contracts, Ford's financial trajectory mirrors his career, steady, powerful, and enduring. His role as CIA analyst Jack Ryan in Patriot Games, 1992, earned him an estimated $10 million, further cementing his reputation as one of the most bankable actors in Hollywood. Decade after decade, genre after genre, Ford proved his staying power. But his fortune hasn't come from acting salaries alone. The merchandising power of his iconic characters, Han Solo and Indiana Jones, has generated millions in royalties. Toys, action figures, video games, clothing, and collectibles have kept his image alive for generations, and Ford's contracts ensured he shared in those profits. Few actors in history can claim characters with such enduring commercial appeal. And yet, for all the millions he has earned, Ford is equally defined by what he has chosen to give back. Philanthropy, his greatest commitment has been to Conservation International, where he has long served as vice chairman and board member. Ford even donated 389 acres of his own Wyoming land to the organization, preserving the wilderness he cherishes for generations to come. For him, this wasn't just philanthropy. It was deeply personal. The open skies and rugged landscapes of Wyoming shaped his lifestyle, and he has fought consistently to defend them. Ford's activism goes beyond meetings and speeches. As a river guardian, he patrolled the Hudson River by helicopter, monitoring pollution and lending his voice to campaigns for cleaner waterways. Aviation, his great passion, became more than recreation. It became a tool for environmental protection. He has also inspired the next generation of pilots through the Young Eagles program, flying more than 280 children in his own aircraft. For Ford, it wasn't just about introducing them to airplanes. It was about instilling confidence, curiosity, and a sense of freedom. Beyond conservation and aviation, his giving spans many causes. Operation Smile, providing surgeries for children with cleft palates. Make-A-Wish, granting dreams to critically ill children. The Elton John AIDS Foundation. Oceana, protecting marine ecosystems. And Autism Speaks. True to his reserved personality, Ford has carried out much of this work quietly, without the fanfare many celebrities seek. Personal life. Ford's story is also shaped by love and family. His first marriage to Mary Marquardt in 1964 brought 2 sons, Benjamin and Willard. Those were difficult years as he struggled for acting work, often relying on carpentry to support his young family. Though the marriage ended in 1979, Ford has remained close to both sons, who built careers outside of Hollywood. In 1983, he married screenwriter Melissa Matheson, best known for writing E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Together they had 2 children, Malcolm and Georgia. Their marriage lasted more than 2 decades before ending in divorce in 2004. Despite the separation, they remained connected until Matheson's passing in 2015, a loss that deeply affected Ford. The third chapter of his personal life began in 2002, when he met actress Callista Flockhart at the Golden Globe Awards. After nearly a decade together, they married in 2010. Ford also became a devoted father to Flockhart's adopted son, Liam, embracing the role with the same quiet dedication that has defined much of his life away from the screen. Their marriage has been marked by stability and mutual respect, rare in Hollywood, but true to Ford's desire for something lasting. What defines Ford's private life is not drama, but authenticity. He has avoided tabloids and scandal, choosing instead to keep his focus on family and the passions that sustain him. Away from premieres and red carpets, his real joys are simple: flying under open skies, working on his Wyoming ranch, and savoring quiet moments with Callista and Liam. Legacy. Harrison Ford's life reflects balance between legend and man, between Hollywood adventure and Wyoming solitude, between urban sophistication in New York and rustic simplicity in the wilderness. He went from building cabinets to building cinematic universes, from earning $10,000 in his first Star Wars film to commanding some of the highest paydays in Hollywood history. And through it all, he has remained grounded, resilient, and authentic. In the end, Harrison Ford's greatest role may not be Han Solo, Indiana Jones, or Jack Ryan. It may be the life he has chosen to live away from the cameras, a life defined by family, nature, and an unwavering pursuit of freedom. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the story of a true Hollywood icon. If you enjoyed this exploration of Harrison Ford's lifestyle and legacy, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, we'll continue bringing you the stories behind the legends.